As well as, number one, how about build the Keystone XL pipeline?
Absolutely.
I mean, that is just a no-brainer.
And don't you think it does get built, though, ultimately, just with a different path?
Well, it might get built, to British Columbia and have that oil be used by China. That's the concern.
That's the danger. If we drag our feet too much, they can build it in another direction, and that's a real danger. Also, it has a domestic energy impact because it's going to have on-ramps within the country, in the Dakotas and Oklahoma, and that's needed to get backlogged U.S. energy to refineries.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate for just 1 second, which is to say that there is an argument to be made that gas is going to just move across our country, and it's not going to ultimately come back to us. We're not going to be the beneficiaries, except for building this thing and maintaining this thing. It's not actually bringing energy to us.
We're becoming a...
Do you buy that?
That may happen, but I absolutely don't buy that it's not a benefit to us. We're becoming a refined energy product exporter, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing. That's wonderful for our economy.
But how is that a good thing for getting us energy independent? I mean, if the reasons that we need these things, the number one issue is that we want to be energy independent from places that hate us.
Well, first of all, we're exporting that refined product now mostly because of the recession. I mean, demand has gone in the tank, gone through the floor. So hopefully that's going to come back, and when it does, we're going to have that product here in this country.
Yeah, if we need it, we'll have it. And let's face it, you're talking about $7 billion infrastructure, private sector infrastructure spending on the pipeline itself, $20 billion total, 20,000 jobs for construction, 100,000 long-term jobs. I think that's pretty beneficial to the economy.
I will push back just to correct. 20,000 jobs potentially on the construction. 100,000 jobs long-term
what infrastructure project
is not the case. And some people argue, as you know, that we're not talking about 20,000 jobs, we're talking about 2,000.
Those are our estimates.
These guys that work in construction go from job to job every single time. What infrastructure job is permanent? That you have?
I wouldn't belittle that in a boom economy.
I'm not
even in the 800.
So maybe some 80,000 jobs.
I'm not belittling the number. All I'm doing is fact-checking the number. I think 20,000.
They go from job to job till they retire.
You've seen the debate is somewhere between 2,000 and 20,000, the 100,000. I've never heard of 100,000.
It's a faux debate.
It will create jobs.
It makes no sense.
I'm not arguing we shouldn't be doing the Keystone. I'm just trying to suggest the numbers are maybe a little different.
I don't think the permanent workers for the Hoover Dam they're not still there building the dam, but it was a huge boom at the time for the economy. How long did it take?
But you can't use it as a talking point if you don't.
Every infrastructure project.
Not an argument with that. The jobs, we don't know exactly how many, though. It will create jobs. We know that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
And then, if you ever use the same multiplier that Zandy used on the stimulus number of jobs,
that must be 100,000.
It would be much more than 100,000 jobs. If you use, but it's so funny that to the left, the public infrastructure is like the holy grail. But suddenly the private infrastructure, there's really no jobs. None of them are permanent, and there's no multiplier effect. It's unbelievable. It's insane.
As you stare at me.
Well,
we're all staring at you.
You asked for it.
What I like is when you say I'm going to play devil's advocate. You're not playing devil's advocate. You're playing yourself. You don't need to play devil's advocate.
No, actually, because I personally think that the Keystone pipeline probably should ultimately get built.
I like it.
It's just a matter of can you do it safely?
Yeah, we probably should.
That's the question.
You know what's not? You know why you can't do it safely? Because there's already so many pipelines in the sand hills that you might run into one that's already there. So that might not be safe as you're crisscrossing the entire region with previous pipelines that are already there.
Senator, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great to be with you all. Thanks for the invite.